Alright, if you stumbled upon this video, stop and listen. Don't scroll. I want to read something to you. Matthew 5 verse 20. But I warn you, unless your righteousness is better than the righteousness of the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. So I've been verse mapping this verse. If you don't know what verse mapping is, this is what it looks like. So I break down that verse, and I want to explain to you what I learned today, and this is what I taught my kids as well, and my wife. So we'll start off with I warn you. Jesus begins with a serious caution. Pay close attention because what he's about to say challenges common beliefs and religious assumptions. So it's a warning. It's something. It's not saying like be fearful, be mindful. It's basically saying like pay attention. Your righteousness. So what is righteousness? Jesus is addressing personal righteousness, not inherited, not in culture, not based on comparison. He is calling for righteousness that reflects the heart, the motives, and the obedience of a true disciple. So let's unpack this for a second. What it's saying is you can't just be obedient and make it up there. What's in here? What's a good example of this? Someone who doesn't drink alcohol and says they're going to heaven because of it. Wrong. Someone who goes to church every Sunday and says they're going to make it to heaven because of it. Wrong. People can act and not understand the full meaning of what they're trying to accomplish. Let's go to the next one. Better than. Because it says, I warn you, unless your righteousness is better than, it means surpassing, deeper, more genuine, not simply more rules. Jesus is pointing to a higher heart level righteousness, not a stricter legalism. Did you hear that? Legalism. It doesn't mean look at people and understand what they're doing wrong and call them out for it and say they're not going to heaven because of it. That's too easy, and that's not correct. You don't know what's in their heart. There are some people whose heart is more pure for God than their actions are, and there are some people whose actions are more pure to God than their heart is. There's a lot of people out there that claim they're pastors or preachers, or they claim they're good people, but behind the scenes, what are they doing behind the scenes? They're gossiping, they're talking about people, they're sinning, they're drinking, they're abusing, they're lusting, whatever that may be. And so it's important to understand this whole full circle moment here. Now, I really want to dive into this one. Teachers and religious laws and Pharisees. So who were the religious teachers of law and Pharisees? Those were the most faithful people of all time back in 60 AD. These people practiced the examples of actions over what's in here. Never enter. That's the other part of the verse. Without the righteousness of God and the transformation of the heart, you will not enter God's kingdom. It's that simple. It's a full circle moment. And then lastly, the kingdom of heaven. Refer to God's rule and reign, both now and in eternity. Entrance to the kingdom of heaven is not based on religious performance, but on a transformed heart aligned with God's will. This is a lot to unfold in one verse. I got this all from one verse with verse mapping. I highly recommend you look into verse mapping if you don't know anything about it. Couple things that I learned from this. Righteousness comes from God, not human effort. You have to have that relationship with Him. You cannot just be a good person. The end. God values the heart and motives, not just outward obedience. There are some people who are so worried about how they're being perceived in their actions, they're not falling in love with God. And then lastly, the true kingdom living involves mercy, love, and humility. So there's a lot to unpack here. I encourage you, if you got something from this, or if you have more questions or you want to have a conversation, comment. I'm not looking for 1 million views. I'm not. I'm looking for someone to have a conversation with that wants to genuinely learn more about this. I'm looking to spread the word and discipleship. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for a good time. I'm not here for, fame, fortune. As you can see, I'm not dropping verse mapping Bible links on my page. I'm not dropping Bible buy things from me on my page. This is genuine. This is for me. I genuinely want to have conversations with people in the form of discipleship, and I want to change lives, and I want to do that for him. So if you've got things you want to talk about, comment. If you've got questions, you can DM me. I have other ways of reaching out if you want to call me, whatever that may look like. This is something I've really been diving into with my family lately, especially my 3 boys as they follow me in Christ. And I really want to like spread the word here. So if you've got questions, concerns, comments, or you're just genuinely interested, like I'd love to hear what you think about this verse itself. I'd love to hear what you think about humility, obedience, love, effort, those types of things, the purity of the heart. I'm very passionate about it because I think it's the next level. And follow me next video. I'm going to be probably talking about deliverance on my next video. So y'all have a blessed day. Good luck.